Hello everyone. Yes, this is my voice. I am Philip Tucker, and today we will be playing Planet Coaster today. And we have this beautiful game. Came out in 2016. I've been playing it since 2020, and this is on the Xbox Series X because it came out in 2020, and I was originally on the Xbox One, and here we have some terrain work being done right now. I'm just like going through during the terrain that's important to do. And sorry, my voice cuts out, a bit of allergies, especially in Texas. But here we have the terrain being going. And yeah, I've been playing this game since 2020. The game's amazing. And this is basically it. So welcome to episode 1 of this series, whatever you want to call it. And here we go. So here we have my terrain work being done. And so I'm just like leveling out all the terrain and doing all the stuff, like just wanting to measure it out, make sure everything's good to go. And I did install a lake after smoothing all out this terrain. And by the way, this park is named Oakwood, and this series will continue for as long as possible, as long as my Xbox can handle it. And this series may stretch for a few months or a few, weeks, maybe, probably a few months. But here you have me smoothing out the terrain here, and I'm just like trying to make sure it looks natural and not just like, I just like rip something out the ground, like, entire mountains. But but here we have me just make sure everything's flat, everything's good to go. And here you have more flattening and smoothing and all the good stuff like that. And just moving around, make sure everything's good to go. Now we have started construction on the little lake that we will be having throughout the series. So first, of course, terrain work is one of the most important things in the game. So here I'm digging out a terrain, digging out for a lake, and the objective here is to consume as much logical area as possible, because I do not want to overload my Xbox with extra things like scenery and rides. And I know the rides are the main part of this game, but I need something to cover for my Xbox, so I decided just to put in a lake. And here's more smoothing of everything. The building will come back. We'll actually be building in like a few minutes here. So here we have the beautiful lake that's being constructed, and I believe that it is 80 meters by 20 meters. I'm not sure exactly. It looks like 60 by 80. Yeah, but I hope you all enjoy the series. And where I got this idea to start a Planet Coaster series is thank you to Attacking Tucans, and I forgot a British guy that had started a series called Velocity Lake. If you play Planet Coaster, if you've listened to a few guys that play it, or people in general, you may hear them say stuff about like their own channel and how they build stuff. And there's our beautiful lake and being installed. And there's our beautiful lake. Now, moving on to the pathing. So here we have the path being built with a 6 meter. So I put it into grid size to get it to a square shaped, which I did not learn until recently. Sadly, it took a while for me to figure it out. But now that we're building the paths, this is our main plaza, like the start of our park, and we just want to have everything straightened out. Like, we we are just getting ready for everything. Like, there's gonna be thousands and thousands of guests. I mean, I'm not gonna open up the park till it's complete, because I don't want to cause any lag when I'm building. And here's the casual building of everything. And, so my background here, this is Decicus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly, but I'm probably not. And, I'm trying to think. Sorry. So I have, and it's the biggest map I've measured. It's the biggest map, and it's like one of the flattest maps through the game, except for the savannah. And I expand the area of this pathing to fit all the guests to flow in. And now we have started the fun part, construction. And so this is basically just a custom entrance I built. I am building here, and here we have a natural wood walling. Deciding to put it a little bit away to fit like some scenery, like flowers or something, but something to fill in. So now we're installing everything. With everything being installed, like the walls and all. That sounded weird. Sorry, I just had a burp. So we're getting just a basic exterior of it. I'm going for like a bit of a Cedar Point kind of setup for the entrance. Like a bit of Cedar Point. If you've ever been to Cedar Point, you may see like this wooden building. It has the Cedar Point sign above it, some flags. And I will be getting more into detail once I can actually describe it more. So here we have me just filling in everything, making sure I don't miss anything. I don't want to miss anything like for it. And I could have you guys decide what I should build after this. And this will basically be on your ideas and my ideas. Like, if you've ever played Planet Coaster, you may have some knowledge of the game and what to do. And so here I believe I am placing, the ceiling of it. This is a rough concrete ceiling for a flat face. So you may be wondering why I'm doing this, because I'm doing this because I'm trying to get the base of a roof in, so then I can get the actual roof in and have a bit of a texture to the building. It's always important to have texture. So now with the roof complete, we can move on to the actual roof part. And we are just kind of figuring out where everything is. I mean, I haven't played this game in about a month now, but I still remember everything, really. So here I'm, like, leveling out everything and making sure I have what I want, and I put it through my head a few seconds before I decide what to do, and I just see how it looks and decide, and this is what I want. And recently, I just went to Six Flags and Fiesta, Texas. I'm actually getting I'm gonna actually be getting some of my ideas from there. I'm gonna get some of my ideas from Disney. I'm gonna get some of my ideas from Universal. I'm gonna get many of my ideas off of real places. Like, taking the car, for example. I could use, like, a launch roller coaster, to build something kind of like that. Like, say I wanted a launch coaster, I would use the idea of King Dakar. It's in New Jersey, Six Flags. The one in New Jersey, you may have heard of it. I forgot what it's called, but it's in New Jersey. And here I'm putting in the what are these called? Like the triangular walls to fill in for the areas that need to be filled in, that can't be filled by square blocks. And there's gonna be, so I'm kind of just getting the basic rundown of what's going to be going on through the series. So let me go through this basic rundown here as I'm building the building. That's not random. So what we are doing here is, I decided, you know what? I want my own Planet Coaster series. So I started it here. And what I'm going for is a mix of Cedar Point, Six Flags, Universal, and a bit of Disney. But not too much, but just a little. I mean, you may want. And I'm gonna have, like, of course, like, something kind of like Jungle Cruise, but not, directly copying Jungle Cruise. How this is gonna play out, I'm guessing the first maybe 3, 4 episodes are gonna be, just, like, working on maybe the front area, and, like, a bit of the lake, maybe, like a pier or something, I don't know. Maybe. We are also gonna have a couple of restaurants throughout the area, and in the back of the map, I'm going to probably install maybe some hotels, maybe 2 or 3 hotels, or just a big giant modern one. Maybe like there's this one hotel in Disney World where it's called the Grand Floridian. It's like a kind of a trapezoid shaped building. And it's really nice. It has a monorail run through it, so I may, like, go try to build a monorail one day. Maybe. That's only maybe. It depends on what I want to do. So here we have the basic rundown of what I'm going to be putting in. I'm putting in the entrances right now. I'm putting in the entrance of this beautiful park. There's a staff building right there, just editing everything into it, make sure it can be fully loaded into. This looks like a room that can fit 10, so I'm of course gonna try to keep it as realistic as possible. There's parts that I'm not gonna make it as realistic, and I'm hoping to get some more ideas off of roller coasters and all. Like, here's me editing, making 10 people fit in, security. So what the security building does, perk does, is, it helps security detect people quickly, and, it helps them, like, get people caught easily if they're doing vandalism or pickpocketing or really anything. And here you see me installing, like, wooden framings for the entrances. Alright, so then I have to go completely around the building. Then I pull out this. I'm like, uh-oh, I selected the wrong one. Oh, excuse me. So I go back for some reason. I don't know why. So I go back, get the right one, place it in, make sure everything looks right. So then I have my basic building done. Now I'm installing the like paths and all, like everything that needs to be in for this, and excuse me. So we have me installing putting windows in to make it seem like a more house type, and yeah, we're just putting in windows. Yeah, sorry, this is the first time I've done commentary, but it won't be the last, of course. I mean, in the comments you can request what would you like to see next after a while, and see what else you want me to put up, and I'll just see what y'all want me to do. Like, I can only limit myself into Xbox gameplay and sometimes computer gameplay, but that's basically only done for Roblox, because that's kind of the only game my PC can sadly handle. But it's still a good game. So now you see me making sure everything's lined up for this triple placement of windows, and I move to the other side, flip it around. So here's me flipping it around and putting it closely together onto the wall as realistic as possible. And now that the basic building is done, we can move on back to pathing. So I have to set it to a 4 meter to, make it look good and not like, there's just going to be people bulging through the wall. So now I've switched back to square paths. And for some reason, when you go to play square paths, they don't connect to any facilities, which I find very weird and abnormal, because it's just a path, but it's square shaped. So that's just Planet Coaster's logic there. They just like to do a few things. And there's a few things that I do not like and a few things I do like about the game. So now we are installing the main paths to continue the park. Excuse me. And we are now moving all pathings to line up. Sorry, my sisters. Now we have everything getting set up. I just want just a little bit of a basic pathing, like maybe like it's split off, and I will, and all together. And so back to Attacking Toucans. So going to Attacking Toucans, he's the one who inspired me to want to play Planet Coaster. He's the one that made me want to do this. And I originally watched his series, The Ultimate Park, and that lasted about 6 years. Actually, it lasted from the release of the game back in 2016 to about 2020. Yeah. So lasting 4 years, about almost 4 years, he made an amazing series. It's just so fun to watch. I definitely recommend looking up Attacking Toucans. I'll put his name in the description for giving me ideas. And if you ever want to start your own channel and do some Planet Coaster gameplay, may as well watch him and get some ideas. Like, he talks about, like, some funny stuff and some random stuff. Like, he went through, I think it was 4 or 5 different computers just to hold up the game and continue the series. And that's basically it. And now here we are and putting in the sign Oakwood. I felt like the first thing, the sign wording, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. Sorry, my brain turned off. So now we are installing, I believe, light systems. So there's going to be at night, there's going to be so it's going to be dark. You want your guests to, see, even though they're AI and can see perfectly well. So I won't be unpausing this. Basically, it's going to look like the same time almost every video. It just depends. I mean, there's a few things I'm going to turn on night for because, well, ride lights and stuff and make sure I got everything I needed lit. So then, now we have the lights being installed here. And I went for a vintage kind of setup of the lighting because it just looks the nicest. I mean, the modern ones, not the best. But I still like the modern ones, but they're just not my favorite. So what I'm planning here is, so if you're going to the left, you're going to go basically kind of back in time and then back forward. If you're going to go, so you're going to go from like, let's just say maybe 1800s and like, or ancient or medieval. Like, say you're in the medieval area to the left, future area to the right. And what I like to do is select one certain way to go around the entire lake, and then continue, and then finish off there. And once I have everything done, every guest is gonna probably like flow right or left. They're gonna split off into smaller groups. And there's gonna be transportation systems going. There's gonna be a lot of stuff, but like and I may have one corner of the park maybe just like focused on like water rides in general, like not an actual water park, of course. In general, yeah. Because there's no water park thing, and I own every single DLC, so I don't have to worry about anything really except the Ghostbusters thing. It just didn't really look appealing to me. And here you see me putting in, whatever you want to say, putting in scenery, like trees, bushes, the basic stuff to make your park really bloom. And we have me just putting in all the stuff, and this is already recorded. So this video has already been recorded. I am not recording live from the video. I recorded this a couple hours ago before this video's voiceover was recorded, and it may take a while for the video to actually be uploaded. So now that I have most of the scenery going through, it just looks nicer now. And I'm gonna be putting up a fence in a minute or two. I forgot how long. But I'm kind of just now putting in stones and all. Sorry. And we move on to the bushes of the... Now we're moving on into bushes, like basic things, like little flowers and everything I need, like just to make it look good. And sorry. And I'm just trying to decide what to go with. I'm deciding between like tiny little plants like that, like this, yes. And it just looks nice. And so what I have going here is just a basic line of of flowers, and I'm selecting them, like multiplying them to be moved to the other side of this building to kind of copy what it has. And I counted out, I tried counting it out, and I came up with 4 of these. It just didn't look to line at the first moment. Sorry. Just ate dinner. And now that I have these being aligned, and I copied them the wrong kind of way. I don't want to copy them, I just want to move them to the side. I just realized that I did that. And now moving back to the back side, I thought about copying it, but I was like, you know what, nah, let's do a little bit something different for this. So I decided I want to do, let's just say, a few bushes here. Like, these ones kind of look nice. I may change in the future, but I'm not really sure. And I don't think these videos aren't going to be uploaded like every week. Maybe it just depends, especially with schooling. And if it becomes summer, definitely gonna have one, hopefully almost every week. Well, I'm just gonna have a really busy summer this year. And now I'm installing a condiments building, like restaurants and staff building, and I'm making this staff entertainment to make them not feel underworked, and restrooms, of course. Sorry. And here, what was I installing? What are these? I'm installing ATMs. I thought about installing this, but I was like, you know what, it just looks too big. So I decided to go with the Planet Coaster design. Just modern wood and small and basic. That's what I like. Small and basic, sometimes. It just depends on what I feel like doing. So I got those two in. I decided to put a few flower beds in, like, or bushes, really. A few things, like, just nice looking plants all around this. Like, and I'm probably gonna try to cover up the bush, or, I mean, not the bush, the fence I'm gonna be installing. And, here we have, what do we have here? Oh, God, my voice. I'm installing these little guys. They're really cute, little lavender, or dark lavender, whatever you want to call them, plants. And the little roses. Like, small detail is good. You always want to make small little details. If you ever think just, like, plain out nothing is... not like plain out just like almost nothing, not the best idea. You're always gonna want like the little spaces, little tiny spots covered, like everything. You want everything covered. And for the area where I'm building the fence originally, I decided to expand out in case I want to put something in there. I may. It just depends on what I want to do with that singular area. So now I have the fence being put in like this, and it's like a kind of like a movie set fence like this to make sure to keep people out. I just think it looks nice. It's just like, it's birch. It just looks nice. I mean, Minecraft birch ain't my favorite. It's oak, of course. But since this is a complete different game, I decided to go with this. It just looks nice. And so now, how I get the other side installed is, I initially think, okay, I can just copy and make it look like it. But I'm like, alright, y-axis and x-axis. So I have to, so you'll see me rearrange this wall right here that's being copied. I'll rearrange the shorter part and see how I'm trying to figure out what to do. So then I decide, you know what, I'll arrange it like this initially. And then I take these, the fence here. Dang, my voice. I take the fence here, copy it, or really move it, actually. So I move it to the side. I hope it's not within that building. So I like turn it around to make it look realistic. There we go. That looks better. So I'm gonna decide if I want any extra buildings there to the side. It depends on what I feel like doing. And let's see. So here I am trying to figure out what to do with this. So I decided to make it as close as possible to the corner. I'm like, that just leaves up a little gap. That doesn't look right. I put in this. I put it in like that. And I try to arrange it as close as possible together. And put an extra one in. There we go. There's the fence. And I believe that will be all for the video today. I hope you all enjoyed it. And hope you guys have a good day. Alright, see ya.